Welcome back to the Gardening with Joe and Holly radio show. Thank you for being with us today. You got a question? We got an answer. It's time for Garden Questions and Answers. If you want to be part of the program here, you can certainly send us an email to gardentalkradio@gmail.com, gardentalkradio@gmail.com, or you can give us a call on the Proclamation Hotline brought to you by Proclamation Goods, toll-free coast to coast, 1-800-927-SHOW, 1-800-927-7469.
Proclamation Goods creates cookware for the eco-conscious home chef. Their pans are non-toxic, have a lifetime warranty, and are made in Wisconsin. Their award-winning stainless steel Proclamation dual cookware set is a 12-inch skillet and stock pot that doubles as a wok. Best of all, the skillet and stock pot hinge together to form a Dutch oven. It's 2 pans with the versatility of 10, empowering you to cook more with less. If you care about your health and strive for a more sustainable lifestyle, then Proclamation Goods is for you. Supplies order limited, so order yours now at proclamationgoods.com.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say it's question and answer time.
Question and answer time. This question is sponsored by Fleet Farm and fleetfarm.com. My mom gave me some hollyhock seeds. I put them in my flower garden and some in pots. I would like to try to transplant the ones in the pots into new flower garden beds. Will they transplant and come back in the spring? Or if I do this, when would be the best time to transplant them?
Well,
yes,
you can transplant them in the fall after they're done blooming. Hollyhocks actually prefer to be in the ground or a very deep container. Think like a whiskey barrel type deep container, because they have a large taproot and they will transplant well. And also, there was a comment here that said, thank you for your help in your show. I also wanted to say that I enjoy Holly's stories.
Yeah,
so you got another Holly stories.
The Holly
here.
Stories, so that's 3 votes for you.
I think it's 4 now.
4 now? Okay.
I don't know.
All right, next question here is, I have, here we go. If my corn cob jelly does not gel up correctly after boiling it, is it a matter of adding more pectin, or do I need to boil it longer? And this can be for any jelly.
Right, yeah. A lot of times, especially just like jelly, where it's usually you're using some sort of juice liquid situation.
Pomona pectin.
You want to use more pectin. You can use pomona pectin.
Low sugar.
They have a low sugar. Or you don't have to use low sugar. You can add all the sugar you want, but it has the low sugar option. But yeah, you definitely want to add more pectin. I think boiling it more would end up turning it back into juice. It reaches a certain point, and then because of the chemical makeup of it, the molecules will just turn back into juice. So a lot of these recipes, I learned this when I took my canning classes through the rec department. A lot of these recipes actually call for less pectin than you probably really need. It doesn't mean you need to add like a ton more.
So kind of like sometimes a little bit goes longer than what you think.
No, you need more.
You need more pectin in order to make it gel correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially the jelly type recipes. If it's something that's like fruit based, not necessarily, but the jelly ones, a lot of times need more pectin.
Okay. All right. When is the best time to prune my roses? I have a number of roses and they're getting out of control. So when can I safely do it without damaging them?
Well, the best time to prune roses is late winter or early spring.
Which your mileage may vary in your area. Take a guess on what you think might be the best time there based on the temperatures.
Right. So that's around the time the new growth begins. So this could be anywhere from January, late May, depending on your climate. And it's something that you would have to, I think, just watch in your roses.
Right. And if you have questions about when the proper time is based on your geographical region, you can contact via email or phone your extension office in your county, and they will have yours master gardener in order to properly give you the specific directions for your region, because all regions are not the same. I have powdery mildew on my zucchini plants. They're still producing. What should I do?
Give that zucchini to your neighbors.
No, the powder is not. I know it's a joke, but the powdery mildew is not going to affect the fruit itself.
No, it won't. Fun facts, and yes. I forgot to mention this last month or whatever, but I think it's August 8th is leave zucchini on your neighbor's porch day.
We're way behind that.
But you know what? It's Christmas in July. You could leave zucchini on your neighbor's porch in
and
September.
based on everything else going on in the gardening world, everything's late anyway. So you might be actually a lot of people are still getting lots and lots of zucchini out of it.
I had this friend. We're still kind of friends, but we used to be better friends. But anyway, he was like, apparently nobody likes me. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, nobody at work has given me free zucchini. And it was like July at the time. And I was like, you got to wait until at least August or September. And then he was inundated with a lot of extra zucchini come, late summer. So, no, powdery mildew will not affect the plant or the zucchini.
Right. What is it doing? What is that actually doing?
Powdery mildew is just, it's a mildew, and it does block, it does kind of take over blocking the photosynthesis process of the plant. But if your plant is producing, you could spray something like a vinegar water spray on it. Or milk. We've done milk
Changing
and water.
the pH of that mildew and trying to allow photosynthesis to occur. If it's only on one or two leaves, go ahead and cut those off. Be careful, bag them up while they're above the plant so you're not dropping the spores throughout the garden.
We'll probably see, especially here where we are in Wisconsin,
right?
We've had some really humid, damp days. So the increase, especially as late summer occurs and early fall, if there's a lot of humidity and the humidity doesn't go away at night,
right,
your powdery mildew chances
and
will
we've
increase.
had that heat at night, which is why the tomatoes have not done what they're supposed to do. One more question here. Composting question. Will sunflower seeds sprout in the compost? Do I completely compost the whole plant or just the stalk itself? Thanks. Well, depends on your method of composting.
Well, that depends on how thick that stalk is.
Yeah.
We have one that we had that monster sunflower.
A small tree. Yeah. It was 2 inches in diameter, solid. But if you're going to throw everything in the compost and your compost pile does not heat up, like you don't have a hot bin composter or a composting system where it will achieve 160 or 170 degrees, 140 minimum for a certain duration of time, 72 hours minimum, your seeds are still going to be viable, and you're going to have a mess of sunflower seeds if the birds and the squirrels haven't got a hold of them yet. With that stalk, you want to cut that stalk up as small as possible. However you do that, whether it's a wood chipper, whether it's a lawnmower, whether it's by hand, whatever, that's going to allow the plant to break down quicker in the composting method.